So day number 13 on the course for the Barcelona World Race fleet. 4 boats, that's half the fleet, into the southern hemisphere now. Hugo Boss there slightly to the east of Neutrogena, still leading. Neutrogena just diverging away very slightly towards the west, with Chamonix Pougela not far behind. And Guy Centris Auditivos catching just very slightly. Renault Captur had to readjust to the west, and there we see We Are Water and One Planet One Ocean very close together, wavering about in the doldrums, but We Are Water are now past One Planet One Ocean, and they are Spirit of Hungary at the Cape Verde Islands. So the leaders, as say, into the southeasterly trades, converging with Brazil. Conditions pretty favourable just now. Southeasterly trades round about 15 knots and good progress. So our leaderboard on Tuesday the 13th, 9 o'clock this morning. Hugo Boss still leading, pretty much at the same level of latitude as Neutrogena. Neutrogena just about 9 minutes behind, but really not very much in it. Boat speeds very similar, 14.5 knots for Neutrogena, about 16 knots, but these are 30-minute averages. Hugo Boss then going well. Gaius on the water have closed up about 20 miles on Hugo Boss and Neutrogena. Chamonix Pougela then in fourth, 16.7 knots. Neutrogena and Chamonix Pougela moved furthest west overnight, about another 30 miles. Renault Captur going a little bit better, just crossing the equator. We Are Water are now past One Planet One Ocean, and Spirit of Hungary going well, 12 to 13 knots and past the Cape Verdes.
Ça va assez. Après, il faudra deux fois des je pense que ça va passer entre deux bulles océaniques avant de rejoindre le sud là, et puis mais c'est encore un peu loin. Je sais pas. Et rentrer, on a encore 5-6 jours, on a encore 6 jours de descente Atlantique avant de rentrer dans les frontières, quoi. Il y aura des choix de comment on s'approche de tout ça pour être les plus rapide à toucher du vent. On a appris ce qui s'est passé à peu près, quoi. Par contre, on est très éloigné de ça, quoi. On n'est pas du tout dans notre monde aquatique là, et on est loin, on n'a pas beaucoup d'infos, quoi. Voilà. Pas vraiment surpris, hein, parce que tu mets deux compétiteurs l'un en face de l'autre, ils essaient de gagner la course. Donc là, 16. Maintenant, agréablement surpris par l'homogénéité de la flotte en performance pure, quoi. Le bateau est plus rapide. Ça, il a pris un peu élevé, quoi. Maintenant, les autres bateaux, on est tous proches, quoi. Voilà. Enfin, en arrivant dans le poteau noir, on a problème avec les drisses de tête. Il fallait monter en haut, passer du temps pour essayer de repasser les drisses. C'est ce qu'on a réussi à faire. Ouais, on a bien été embêté avec ça, quoi. On a mis le génois l'eau pour le laver. En fait, il n'était pas très propre, donc on l'a traîné. Il a noir. Mais fini de laver. Je crois qu'il a fini de laver les fonds.
Chamonix Pougela, we spoke with Bernard Stam quite extensively today. It's a while since we've spoken to Chamonix Pougela. He said they were most impressed by how close the boats were in terms of speed and the distance on the water. The pace he found pretty hard in the northeasterly trade winds coming down into the equator. And since then they've been recovering a little bit. There's a funny little video to catch. You'll see Jean Le Cam cleaning up the boat, and that's very much the mode just now for the top boats, sailing mainly under pilot because the southeasterly, it's close fetching really, fairly hard on the wind, and the pilot actually steers better just now. So that routing will take them quite far to the west, quite close to the Brazilian coast, maybe 200 miles off, something like that. And it's going to be a long way round down to the south. Bernard Stam saying that they're just taking it degree by degree, just going fairly cautiously, watching to see how things evolve. And there will be a point as they get to the high pressure when there may be some options to be taken. So very even between Hugo Boss and Neutrogena in terms of the latitude difference, only a matter of miles in it, and sailing very similar speeds. And the routing this morning really suggested that we could see this for maybe 6 days all the way down to Gough Island. They'd only be an hour apart. And who would have expected that before the start of the race, with these two boats, of course, from the Alex Thompson Racing stable, as it were, so close, all the way down the South Atlantic.
Pues vamos de chubasco en chubasco. Lo que pasa es que esta noche hemos tenido bastante mala suerte porque los chubascos son de mucha lluvia, mucha agua, pero poquito viento. Entonces hemos avanzado muy poco, la verdad.
¿La previsión para cruzar el Ecuador, más o menos, cuándo es?
Yo espero que fuese mañana, pero dependerá de las garras de si nos suelta el doldrum, las calmas hoy o no nos deja. Claro, si no nos deja, pues tendrá que ser un día más tarde. El barco, o sea, nosotros todavía estamos aprendiendo para llevarlo al potencial que merece el barco. Pero el barco está bien, el barco está muy bien y es un barco muy bueno.
Estáis muy cerca del One Planet, One Ocean. ¿Tenéis algún contacto con Aleix y Didac?
Pues sí, hemos tenido contacto con ellos vía mail, porque curiosamente, a pesar de que hemos estado muy cerca, pues con VHF no hemos tenido contacto y tampoco los hemos visto en el ice. Pero sí, hemos tenido un par de mails muy simpáticos y nos hemos saludado mutuamente. ¿Qué
previsiones tenéis para el hemisferio sur? ¿Estáis pensando ya en cómo afrontar el anticiclón de Santa Elena?
Simplemente lo que hemos ido es ir siguiendo un poquito dónde está el anticiclón, que parece ser que está muy norte y muy oeste, exacto. Con lo cual, en principio, parece ser que hay que rodearlo. Pero bueno, como que vamos más retrasados que el grupo de cabeza, veremos un poquito cómo lo afrontan ellos. Algún mail nos informa, pues, eso del follón que ha habido en el Barça, por ejemplo, de un atentado que hubo en París. Pero no te creas que mucho más, no, estamos un poco perdidos. O sea que si hay alguna noticia importante, será bienvenida.
So looking at 6th, 7th, 8th on the leaderboard today, We Are Water and One Planet, One Ocean have changed places since yesterday. We Are Water, Bruno and Willie Garcia on the old Estrella Dam are now past One Planet, One Ocean. Unfortunately, One Planet, One Ocean kind of buoyed where there was one particular big calm area, or a big cloud that has really held them for the last 12 hours or so, certainly since yesterday. And We Are Water have managed to go round to the east and are now about 15 miles ahead. A very friendly rivalry between the four Spanish co-skippers. Indeed, Bruno Garcia told us this morning that they had exchanged emails. They hadn't quite been in VHF contact. They had tried but couldn't manage to raise them. But other than that, We Are Water going a little bit quicker. Still on the morning rankings, One Planet, One Ocean only making 0.9 of a knot, and really has only sailed just over 100 miles in the last 24 hours, averaging 4.5 knots. Spirit of Hungary then now past the Cape Verde Islands in champagne sailing in the northeasterly trades, making 12-13 knots. Nice steady speeds for them, and a time for them to actually catch up a few miles. They've caught up about 100 in the last few days, and they will be watching One Planet, One Ocean, and they will be catching them nicely today. The northeasterly trades will drop down for them progressively, as then and unfortunately the doldrums looking quite complicated for Nandor Fa and Conrad Coleman on Spirit of Hungary. One Planet, One Ocean and We Are Water should get out of the doldrums progressively and start to make some better speeds.
Hi, it's Monday and we're doing well, I think. It's a tough doldrums crossing, much tougher than we thought it would be, but we've come out, we're about 50 miles to windward. That means we're 50 miles closer to the wind, where the wind's coming from, than Neutrogena and Chamonix-Pujolar, which should give us an advantage, and hopefully we'll convert that over the next period of a week to 10 days into 50, 60, 70 miles of forward. All's going good on board. We currently got about 15 to 20 knots, tight reaching, relatively big sea, a few slams but not too bad. And we've managed to get lots of rest after the doldrums, which is tough. Now it's a bit of a drag race, a bit of a boat speed race really, while we consider our options for the routing as we get further down and towards the ice gates and where we'll turn left into the Southern Ocean. All's going well though, we're super happy.
Good morning everybody. After very strong trade winds and under pressure doldrums, because in order to keep in contact with the other boats, now the leader group are sailing in 15, 20 knots southeasterly winds. They are sailing southwest in order to start to round around Santa Elena high pressure, who right now is at this latitude. For the three other boats just behind them, they are going to cross equator in a few hours for Renault Capture, and tonight for We Are Water and One Planet, One Ocean. So they are still in the doldrum condition. That means a lot of wind, no wind, lot of wind, rain, very difficult condition. For Spirit of Hungary, just south of Cape Verde, he is now sailing in 20, 25 knots of northeasterly breeze, and he's going to sail like that all the day long. For tomorrow, that's the position here in blue. That's the position where we can see the boat tomorrow. So they will be sailing in still southerly winds, around 15, 20 knots of wind. So they're going to enjoy a bit more the time, and probably they're going to use a bit more the pilot than the last few days. For the three other boats, Spirit of We Are Water, One Planet, One Ocean, and Renault Capture, they will be out of the doldrums, and they will start sailing in this southerly light breeze around 10, 15 knots. For Spirit of Hungary, he will be here around this yellow area and just leaving the strong trade winds for entering the doldrums. So he's going to have difficult condition, and he will probably cross the equator in the night between Thursday and Friday.
Favorables el resto de la regata. ¡Salud!